What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Sho back with another video. Today we're talking about another Dreamsequel. Now, this is a series I tried to start a while back, but I couldn't really get off the ground because it's not that I couldn't think of any video ideas, because there's plenty of games that need sequels, out there. It's just I wanted to talk about selecting the right criteria for what game I think should get a sequel. Because the last Dreamsequel I did was Infamous, and Infamous was perfect because it didn't get a sequel for a while. So it hasn't got a sequel yet. So it made it pretty much right for a video. But today I'm talking about something that has many games under the belt, but it's more of the I personally want another game. So it's a little bit on the nose with it needs a sequel, because obviously it needs a sequel, but as I can do a lot other franchises that need sequels more. But I want to talk about this one because it was actually a topic of my underrated, another series I got called Underrated, and where I talked about this game. Well, enough of the secrecy. We're talking about Disgaea. There really was no point of all the secrecy, considering that you would watch the thumbnail, you would see the thumbnail, and you would pretty much know what the video is gonna be about. So yeah, we're doing a Dreamsequel on Disgaea. So if you watched my other video, I talked about how I really love Disgaea. It's one of the wackiest. Let me stop here. And I'm about to say wackiest RPG ever. But here's the thing: when you play games. Why do you play games? I play games for fun. I do the YouTube thing as a side, but the reason why I'm really bad at doing walkthroughs is because I like to play the game by myself. I don't like to carry other people unless I'm going back and playing a game I've already played, and it's just me, just playing around and playing it with friends or something, and that's a different story. But normally when I play a game, I play it for fun. So to say that this guy is fun is an understatement. Disgaea is probably one of the most funnest games I've played. There are games that challenge me that I don't necessarily say is fun. I played Sekiro. I played Sekiro, beat Sekiro, and that was a game that just challenged me. I feel like, yeah, you can play games for other reasons, and it's very rare, but I do like playing games for the challenging, the challenge aspect. When sometimes it's just really hard to beat, but it's just you get kind of bragging rights that you can beat a hard game. It means you're not a casual gamer, or it means you may be a casual gamer that just likes to play and has a little bit of skill. If it's a hard beat game and you was able to beat it pretty fast, and just give you that simple sense of an accomplishment. So with that being said, Disgaea is one of the most funnest games because not only does it take skill, not only does it challenge you, because it can actually be really challenging. It's one of them games where you have to go back and grind and stuff. You have to go back and pretty much just do a lot of grinding of characters and min-maxing and making every little point of damage count. But it does it in such a way that it's so fun. So to say that Disgaea for one is underrated is an understatement. For two, to say that we need another Disgaea is just something that just has to be said. Because here's the thing. Here's where we have to get into the video topic. There needs to be a Disgaea 6, man. There really does need to be a Disgaea 6. Because I started off with Disgaea 5. Another topic of my history with Disgaea. I started off with Disgaea 5 because a friend wanted me to, borrow it and play it. Loved it. Loved every minute of it. Spent a good 100 and something hours into it. Maybe about 200 hours into it. So to me that was fantastic, because if I could sit there and play a game I could spend 200 hours into and not even know I spent 200 hours, by the time I actually realized I can view the time of how much time I've spent in the game, and it equaled up to around, I think it was 186 something hours. But the fact that it almost hit 200 hours is insane. To me, I was just playing a game. It was fun to me. I wasn't thinking about how long I'm playing it or something. It was just fun. So I ended up going back and playing 4. I played 3 for a little bit. I dropped 3, not because of the story, just because of the availability. I didn't have a Vita. I was playing it on Vita I was borrowing it for somebody who played it on Vita, and I didn't have the Vita available to me, full time. So I had to drop 3, got 4, on PS3. The thing about 4 is that it's kind of sad because I did actually get 4. Before I got Disgaea 4 before they came out with the Ultimate Edition for Disgaea 4. So that kind of sucked. That was kind of like a slap to the face. Cause I had borrowed the regular Disgaea 4, and then they came out with a basically Ultimate Edition with all the DLC and stuff. It wasn't on PS3, but which is the system I borrowed it for. It was on this was on Switch and stuff. So it was a whole different aspect, and I'll definitely go back and play it on Switch because it is definitely a game with a high, immense replay value. Not only is it the type of replay value where you beat the game and it's just a lot more stuff to do afterwards, because it pretty much, to me, it opens up out their game. So that's one thing, but it's also easy to start from the beginning. Just to restart the game. I've restarted Disgaea 5 about good 3 times, and I've already platinumed it once. So definitely easy game to just restart and just have fun, wipe your mind, just enjoy yourself. But here's why it needs a sequel, because I went down and I played 4, and you can definitely notice some differences between 4 and between 5. There's a lot of quality of life changes that are in 5 that just seem, it makes 4 seem a little bit outdated. And sometimes, even though the Ultimate Collection for 4 came out after 5, but it just seems a little bit outdated. They did actually rectify this a little bit and actually updated it with some newer features that made it more similar to 5. So going back from that to going to like 3 to 2, 1 to D2 to 1, playing all of them in like kind of just random order, you definitely notice some changes in between, and you definitely understand that they upgrade every single time they do a game. So Disgaea 6 would be phenomenal. It doesn't have to be anything big, but they tend to allow you to play as the other DLC characters from other. They allow you to play as the other protagonists and characters from the other games as DLC characters, which is a really nice touch. So I can't even begin to imagine on what scale the 1 could be if there was one for next gen. I definitely would like 1 for PS5. That would be so interesting. Like, to start off the PS5, that would be the best. In my opinion, the best game to start off the PS5 besides like GTA 6 or something like that. But I mean, other than that, I definitely want 1. It doesn't have to necessarily be next gen, because maybe I want it on the Switch. Now the Switch is out, and now the Switch is fully realized. It's we actually can have these Disgaea games on Switch, and it plays just phenomenal because to take Disgaea with you, even though it's a game that seems like it's meant to be always on mobile. Not necessarily a phone game or something that looks like a phone game, but to me it's designed to feel like it needs to be taken around with you. And the fact that I had so much fun with it just playing on a console just should tell you something, So the Switch, heightened it to newer heights. So now I can't really tell you what direction I would take if there was a Disgaea 6. I don't know what you guys think in the comments down below. So if you're watching this, you're probably a fan of Disgaea. So let me know what you guys want to see, and what quality of life changes would you make in Disgaea 6 that you just, you found in Disgaea 5 to be, just not it. So let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next video.